All right, tell me the story about, I talked to her earlier, and I said, what's your last name? And she kind of hesitated. I'm like, why are you hesitating? Tell me the story.
Story is Eagles won. They got a ring, and so did I.
I love it. Yeah. He's back here, by the way, bundled up. Tell me what you're wearing to be able to, like, brave these conditions today.
We are 6 layers.
Blankets,
sternos with hot coffee.
I love it. All right, we gotta go. Before we go, guys, come on, give me a Go Eagles. Give me a something.
Go Eagles!
Let me know you're awake. Guys, they go like in and out of energy because you've got to contain it a little bit. I'll send it back to you.
And we were both saying, get that kid a hat.
Please.
That one kid's got to get a hat on. He's got to sit out there for 5 more hours. It doesn't start till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, they want you to put a hat on, Gus.
Get that kid a hat. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Julie.
We'll be right back.
With new Gold Bond Men's 5-in-1 face lotion, you could do 5 great things for your face as fast as done.
New Gold Bond 5-in-1 face lotion. 5 essential benefits, including SPF 15 for a great looking face. Man up with Gold Bond.
In the lotion aisle.
It's your first day on the job. Walk in like you own the place.
Now through Sunday, designer suits are $249. All wrinkle-free dress shirts are 3 for $99. Plus, it's buy one, get one free on select items. It's time to like the way you look.
Today, the new New York is ready for takeoff. We're invested in creating the world's first state-of-the-art drone testing facility in central New York and the Mohawk Valley, which marks the start of our nation's first 50-mile unmanned flight corridor and allows us to attract the world's top drone talent. All across New York State, we're building the new New York. To grow your business with us in New York State, visit esd.ny.gov.
This is the story of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters Dark Magic, told in the time it takes to brew your cup. First, we head to Vermont and go to our coffee shop and meet Dave.
Hey.
Why is Dark Magic so spellbindingly good, he asks? Let me show you.
Let's go.
So we climb, hike, see a bear. Whoa. Reach the top. Dave says Dark Magic is a bold blend of coffee with rich flavors of Uganda, Sumatra, Colombia, and other parts of South America. Like these mountains, each amazing on their own, but together, magical. All for a smoother tasting cup of coffee. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, packed with goodness.
When it comes to travel, I sweat the details. Late checkout, down alternative pillows, and of course, price. TripAdvisor helps you book a hotel without breaking a sweat. Because we now instantly search over 200 booking sites to find you the lowest price on the hotel you want. Don't sweat your booking. TripAdvisor, the latest reviews, the lowest prices.
Hi, I'm Annette and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. I came across Plexiderm and I was so excited. We have
reduce symptom severity by 45%. Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Sunday on Scandalous. Ken Starstein confronts Lewinsky.
Monica was very distraught, screaming at Linda Tripp for betraying her.
And Bill Clinton, blindsided by his first deposition. It all starts at 7 Eastern with an episode 3 encore, followed by the premiere of Developing.
All right, time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. First, the good. A National Guardsman gives the daughter of a fallen soldier a fairy tale night to remember. First Sergeant Joseph Beerbro escorting 5-year-old Kaylee Hinton to a daddy-daughter dance.
My dad was a very, very, very special dad to me, and he was a very good soldier.
Oh, that'll choke you up. Kaylee also getting a police escort to the dance in Illinois. Her father died in a training accident last year.
All right, next the bad. It could be last call for tequila. Its main ingredient, the agave plant, facing a major shortage in Mexico, causing prices to skyrocket. And it's not looking good until at least 2021. Agave plants, by the way, take up to 8 years to mature.
Oh, that is tragic. Finally, the ugly, I know. A mom gets up and walks out when her son chooses a college on National Signing Day.
I'm taking my time for the next 3-4 years.
There goes Mom. Jacob Copeland picking the University of Florida. Mom wearing an Alabama shirt and a Tennessee hat. She was not happy with the choice, and you can tell. There she goes. All right, that'll do it for us.
All right, this was fun.
It was fun. Good to see you again. Yeah, Fox and Friends starts right now.
Senate leaders say they now have a deal, but the top Democrat in the House of Representatives is threatening to derail it.
Because the package really does nothing to protect Dreamers, the package cannot have my support.
Shutting down the government would be very damaging to the military.
An FBI informant now breaking his silence on the Uranium One scandal, tying the Clintons to a bribery scheme set up by the Russians.
The Russians were so confident that they told Mr. Campbell that with the Clintons' help, it was a shoo-in to get CFIUS approval.
We have brand new, just released messages from anti-Trump FBI lovers Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. Page writes, POTUS wants to know everything we are doing.
I do not talk to FBI directors about pending investigations.
We've never seen a Super Bowl parade here in Philadelphia. People are excited. The city expects 2, if not 3 million people here for this parade today. It is going to be absolutely insane.
Yep, live from the heart of the Fox News Channel, the #1 news channel in the USA. It's Fox and Friends.
It's Thursday. Can you smell the weekend?
Right, yes, but we love Monday through Friday as well. And by the way, John Mellencamp, John Cougar, John Mellencamp, does anyone call him John Cougar anymore if we were to see him?
I don't know. No.
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Right, because I think he sang that as John Cougar. We labeled him
Rock
John
and Roll
Mellencamp.
Hall of Fame. And isn't his daughter is from South Carolina. She's a big equestrian, and she is now on the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Get out of here.
Teddy. She's so adorable. Yeah, she's very pretty. Anyway.
I never tire of the Housewives shows. Keep them coming. They really are inspiring.
There are a lot of them. There's Atlanta, there's Beverly Hills.
There's only 4 Housewives, not
Don't forget New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them live in my block. Oh, man.
All right, we've got some big news to tell you about. We're going to start with this. A brand new bombshell in the Uranium One scandal.
Yep, we're getting a look at some explosive testimony from an FBI informant we've been waiting to hear from for quite some time. It all centers around Hillary Clinton.
Griff Jenkins is live in Washington, D.C., breaking it all down. So, Griff, this guy talked to 3 committees, right?
That's right. Good morning, guys. That informant's name, by the way, is Douglas Campbell, and in written testimony obtained by the Hill newspaper, he says Russian nuclear officials told him that Moscow hired an American lobbying firm named APCO Worldwide for $3 million in hopes of influencing then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton through contributions to the Clinton Foundation. Campbell writes in testimony, quote, the contract called for 4 payments of $750,000 over 12 months. APCO was expected to give assistance free of charge to the Clinton Global Initiative as part of their effort to create a favorable environment to ensure the Obama administration made affirmative decisions on everything from Uranium One to the U.S.-Russia Civilian Nuclear Cooperation Agreement. Campbell's attorney, Victoria Tunsing, told Hannity this all began in 2005.
That was when, guess what, Bill Clinton, former president, and his multi-gazillionaire friend Frank Giuffra traveled to Kazakhstan and bestowed all kinds of praises on the dictator there and ended up, oh my surprise, with uranium mining rights. And it was then, my client is told, that the Russians began to plan strategically how they could take over uranium, particularly in the United States. And one of the key elements of that plan was to get this CFIUS approval to buy Uranium One.
Now, APCO Worldwide is denying any involvement with Uranium One and says their work with the Clinton Foundation and Russia are not connected. A Clinton spokesperson says Campbell's testimony is merely a distraction from the Mueller investigation, and Democrats are calling for Campbell's testimony to be released. Look for a fight, guys, here coming on this as Democrats are casting real doubt on Campbell's testimony.
They are indeed. All right, Griff, thank you very much. Keep in mind, this guy came to the attention of everybody in Washington ultimately because he was suing the federal government for the bribe money. The FBI said, hey, yeah, just keep paying the money and you get the money back. Then a couple of years ago, he said, I'd like the money now. And they go, you're not going to get the money. And if you go ahead and pursue this, we will destroy you, said the Department of Justice.
It's a little confusing. So just to sum it up, this APCO is a lobbying firm for Uranium One. The Russians, they paid this firm, this American firm, to try to influence.
Right, with the understanding that a portion of the money would go to the Clinton Foundation to influence Hillary Clinton.
Okay. Right, and if the guy thought he was going to die. He had cancer, and now, thankfully, he seems to be okay, whoever he is, whenever we meet him. Meanwhile, 5 minutes now after the top of the hour, some big news yesterday. Caught everybody by surprise. If you told me this on Monday, many would say that's not possible. They're just looking to get a budget resolution to fund the government until the middle of March, and all of a sudden, and maybe it's because of a sense of responsibility, because the Defense Department is falling apart, and we're in desperate need of funds. It looks like in the Senate side, and soon to be the House side, they've come up with a compromise bill to fund the government and lift the debt ceiling for the next 2 years.
This is great. The Republicans, Democrats, they've made a deal in the Senate. The government was supposed to shut down tonight at midnight if they didn't come up with this plan, and they have. And it's going to fund the government for 2 years.
Over to the House to make it official.
Right, they're going to first vote on it. It was quite a moment to see Schumer and also Mitch McConnell coming out saying, we've got a deal.
We did it.
What is in the deal? Well, there's nothing to do anything with DACA, and that has angered a number of Democrats. It will increase the Pentagon spending gigantically and domestic spending also.
To the tune of 80 and then 85 billion.
It increases defense spending by 80 billion in 2018 and defense spending or domestic by 63 billion.
What does that mean? What's domestic spending? Is that like infrastructure?
You know what? Paul Ryan said yesterday that if you're going to go ahead and spend money domestically, you might as well do it on stuff that everybody likes. And apparently what it's going to be on is infrastructure, also vet medicine, things like that.
Okay. It is pretty much. Look, it's an emergency situation when it comes to defense. It's not spin. Secretary of Defense Mattis made it clear things are falling apart. We cannot possibly have the smallest army since 1920. So in proportion, what I think is very effective and is noteworthy is if you look at dip down from what we know about the domestic spending, it is really a lot to do with the Trump agenda. $6 billion for opioids, $4 billion for the Veterans Hospital, $2 billion for cancer research. This is all the things that the president talked about on his State of the Union address. Emergency funding, billions for emergency funding because the area is devastated by the floods and fires, including Puerto Rico, who gets $2 billion. And it's also important to point out they're going to extend CHIP for 10 years, and they're going to end this medical advisory board, which is so abhorrent to so many with Obamacare.
Well, according to the Heritage Foundation, and keep in mind there are a lot of Republicans who hate this thing because it spends way too much money. There are 36 members of the House Freedom Caucus, and their official stance is we're not going to vote for it. They say it officially growing the size of government by 13% is not what the voters sent us to do. Bob Corker of the great state of Tennessee says, I like the defense money, but it spends too much in 1 year. And according to the Heritage Foundation, apparently baked into this cake is a gentleman's agreement to bail out Obamacare. And they say it only serves as a reminder of just how out of touch Washington remains with the rest of the
military is a big deal to all of you out there. Many of you are in the military. We can't ask you to sign up and then not have the resources that you need when you're putting your life on the line for our great country. The Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, General Mattis, he said without the money that's going to go to our military, our government will shut down. Listen to this.
Shutting down